Say man, hey man, it's your boy Dude Out Hollywood back with another NBA 2K26 build video, and today we have a disruptive lockdown build. Now, I have tried everything when it comes to defense, 99 steal, 85 steal. I just tried different numbers just to see what would be a good number to have for the steal in the perimeter defense. I tried both 99 on both, and it's a lot of things that go on this game that don't even make sense, but we'll talk about it. Choose the hand of your choice and the jersey number of your choice. Let's get it, man. As you can see, we're going to shooting guard position, 6'6" for the height, 198 on the weight, 7-foot wingspan. Now, I do have two 6'5" lockdowns, but the only thing I don't like about 6'5" lockdowns is that the shot blocking ain't high enough, okay, for me. All right, so I would prefer 6'6", so 6'7", because I can get higher block. But let's get into the build. So we're going to start the finishing. Now, this build is not made to be out there to, be dunking on people and doing all that stuff, but it has some crazy amount of cap breakers. Like, the cap breakers are crazy on this build. So with the close shot, we're going to go up to a 65, and we're going to leave it right there. We're going to go to a 70 on the layup. You can take that up higher if you want to. Now, let's talk about the driving dunk. So I just took the driving dunk to a 75, but it's crazy that you can get it to a 96, I think. Yeah, you can get it to a 90. Yeah, let me see. Let me make sure. 10, 18, 21. Yeah, you can get it to a 96. A 96 dunk. Like, let that sink in. From a 75 to a 96. Like, that's crazy. Standard dunk, we took it to a 45, but we had a point left, so we took it to a 46. As far as the post control, it did go up to a 33, so we're going to leave it right there. Now, like I said, this build is out there to play defense. It's not out there to be the best finisher, but you can be the best finisher if you want to, okay? Now, let's get into the shooting. So the three-point shot, we did max it out at 83, and this build does have maxed out wingspan. You could leave the mid-range at a 73 if you want to, but I just took it to an 80, so you can have some mid-range ability, and I think that's pretty good in my opinion. So with the 83 three-point shot, you get limitless range on bronze, you get shifted shoot on bronze, and dead eye on bronze, and also set shot specialist on silver. So my thing would be to max +1, max +2, that set shot specialist, whatever you got. Now with the free throw, we did take it up to a 73. Now with the playmaking, with the passing, you can lead the passing down. I have seen people do low passing like a 55. Some people do 65. Some people do 71. It's depending on what you want to do, but I just took it to a 76. Now, I'm going to be honest, man. I have builds with 76 pass, and I have builds with low pass, and I have builds with 87 pass. I don't think I have gone over 87 because 87 does get the job done. When you talk about from 87 to a 76, sometimes you can see it. You can see the difference, in the speed that you pass with, but as for a diamond working, I don't know. I just go for the versatile visionary. For the ball handle, this is a lockdown, so we just took the ball handle to a 75. Now, if you want to max plus, if you want to get your dunk to a 96, then you're going to need more than a 75 ball handle and 75 speed with ball. That's what we have. But you only get +5s on those, so you probably want to go in there and make some adjustments. But if you make the adjustments, you might not get that many cap breakers on your dunk, so that's something to think about. But we do get silver lightning lunch, we get handle for days, we get ankle sass, and then we get unpluckable. Now with the defense, this is what you're out there for. You're out there to play defense, all right? So with the interior defense, we did take it up to a 60. You don't need a higher than that. You can take a higher than that if you want to a 74. That's a personal preference at the end of the day. As far as the perimeter defense, we just took it to a 92. Now, you're probably saying like, oh, it ain't no lockdown. Yes, a 92 is just fine. Now, most people will probably go to a 97. They'll add 5 cap breakers, get it to 97. But that's a personal preference at the end of the day. But the 92 should be able to get the job done. Just move those puppies, man, and be able to play some defense. Now with the steal, a lot of people would go with low steal, maybe a 79, maybe even an 85. Some even a 91. Okay, 91 is fine in my opinion. But we just went to a 94. I think, interceptor is worth it. You can get some passing lane steals, but as far as on-ball steals, it's not what it's supposed to be. So having that Hall of Fame interceptor is really good. Now with the block, we're going to take that block up to a 78. This is what I prefer to have on my builds because, you got lower block, man. It's kind of hard to block. You just don't want to be out there running behind people and can't block the shot. Now with the rebound on this build, we just bumped the offensive rebound up to a 70. I think that's enough to get some rebounds. Defensive rebound 55. Now with the speed, I was going to do a 90, but I took it up to an 88 on the speed and an 88 on the agility. Okay, so that's more than enough to play some good defense. Go on ball, go pick dodger, go slippery out ball. Now with the strength, I have had a build, a 6'5" build with a 92 strength. Like I took my weight up to 230 to get that, and it's like 2K penalize you for being heavy, if that makes sense. All right, so now lately I've been making my builds light and not necessarily worried about a lot of strength. You know, some strength, but not a lot of strength, because I don't know, man, it's just weird. But anyway, we're going to take the vertical up to a 77. Like I said, if you max plus 5 your driving dunk, you can get it to a 96, and then you're going to need an 85 vertical so you can get Hall of Fame posterizer with that. So, you know, that's something to think about. But let's get into the shades of. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. We got Mikal Bridges, Doug Christie, and Ron Artest in the builds of Disruptive Lockdown, and no weaknesses to report. Okay, so let's go to the cap breaker. Let me show you what I'm talking about with the driving dunk. And, you know, you can add some cap breakers to something else if you want to. But if you just want to make those adjustments where you still can get the high driving dunk and still you're gonna need some on your ball handle and stuff. So like I was saying, as you can see, this is what you get for the driving dunk. Okay, 10, 15, 18, 21. Okay, now this is what I was talking about. You only get a +5 right here, so the most you can get to is an 80, which is not good if you want to have that 96 driving dunk. So you'll have to make some adjustments to try to get more ball handle, and then you got to go back and see if they still give you the same cap breakers for your finishing. Okay, then you're gonna need to add something on the vertical too if you want to go that route, but that's something you need to get in the build. And see, I didn't try to make the build for that. I just make the build to play defense and be able to shoot and stuff. But that's the build. I'm out of here. Charge.